me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight, it's the East Coast Web Printers Gen 6 series here live from New Hampshire. I'm Dean Doucette. He's Adam the Bulldog Newton. Adam, we got ourselves New Hampshire and a little different flavor here. Looks like the track has been slightly patched up a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a total overhaul since the last time I've been here, and it looks good. It's definitely got some grip. A little bit different from what it used to, but the grip is short-lived coming off that corner, Dean.
Well, it is, and it always has been, but I mean, it looks so foreign to me. You know, we talked about this before, Adam, where, you know, sight lines can have a real effect on you. You know, some of your markers aren't the same. There's a little bit of difference. You think it'll throw some of these guys off tonight?
Yeah, I think it definitely could for the first probably, you know, half of the race. But the biggest thing is they're going to have to pick up real quick how far they can drive the car in the corner. If they can't pick that up quick, they're going to get left in the dust.
You see there, Big Possum rocking that East Coast Web Printers machine. Good looking machine indeed. Let's check in on our championship points. We got a ways to go in this one, but Jason Jackson has established himself as the early favorite here. He's got a decent lead over Tony Ratliff and Lance Ripka, Otto Viani fourth, Rachel Hunt in fifth, having a nice showing. Then it's Walker the second, Williams, Leal, Thompson, and Brantley in the top 10. I mean, too early to talk championship perhaps, Adam, but it's always on my mind. I think this is why you race, not just to win the championship, but to beat your buddies in the standings and all those wonderful things.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, one of the cool things we see right now, looking at the stats right now, there are some newcomers to the top of this board. Tony Ratliff, where did he come from? He has been under the radar, but consistent as can be, and he's in second in points right now, Dean. Michael Ottaviani, same thing. Quiet, not making a lot of noise, but it's showing up in the points. And last but not least, Rachel Hunt, top 5.
Yeah, I mean, you got to love it, right? This is what you want when you're running a league. You want different people approaching the top of the board. Of course, Jason Jackson at the top, he's been around, but he hasn't won one, so he wants one bad. But yeah, the three people you brought up, Tony, Michael Ottaviani, and Rachel Hunt, I mean, yeah, it's great, right? It's great for the league, great to see. And there's other people down on this board as well that are, you know, encroaching in on the top 10. A guy like George Rincon down there in 13th. I mean, there is so much to race for. These are prideful people, Adam, and it means a lot to get up here in these standings.
It does, and it's so good to see. It's refreshing, you know, to see different people in different spots and making some noise. And yeah, it might be a little bit early in the season, but, you know, making some noise and being up the charts, it's got to be, you know, a real positive outlook in how your season's already started, and confidence. You know, confidence and momentum is a huge key in any league that you race in. And I know me and you have had our competitive sides, and being at the top of the board is really important.
Well, it is, because it sets up a mindset, right? And you take some of these people who are in the top 5 that we mentioned, well, it's going to help their mindset going forward. If not to finish this season, we start the next season, they're like, hey, I'm a top 5 driver now, you know, and it really builds their confidence. So I love it. I can't wait to see what they do with this position. Right now, everybody beginning to grid up and get ready to go racing. Let's get into tonight's starting grid for the New Hampshire 200. It's Claus Williams out front with a time at 29.737. Troy Torgerson will start on the outside of row number 1. Row 2, you got Lance Ripka and Brandon Sheffield. He'll be tough, normally starting at the back. He's got a good spot. Michael Ottoviani, someone you talked a little bit about in our little personal pregame. He's in 5th. Jason Spears 6th. You got Jason Brantley and George Leal in row 4. Row 5, Royce Valley, Jason Jackson. He's your points leader. Something we always say, we'll talk more about it later, but this is kind of what he does. Hang around the top 10 until the end of the race, then bam, he's near the front. Row 6, you got Tony Ratliff and Rachel Hunt. Row 7, we'll have to look at here. We've got Fleming and Ian Spear. It's Gilly, Lester, Tom Ashley, the other Ian Spear, so father and son. And we have Kulikowski, Herb Ashley, Collins, Whiting, Rincon, and Dibble. And that is our 24-car field.
Yeah, talking about Dibble, I want some Dibble dogs tonight. You better show me something.
Yeah, the old Dibble dogs are always present here. You know, I'd rather go to Tom Lester if you don't mind. You can have your Dibble dogs. Me and Baron are going to do a shot of Jack Daniels.
What, you mean you can't have a dog and a Jack?
Well, now you're just teasing me. I want to go to the races right now. Yes, of course. I'll dunk it if you ask me. Pace car off the track. Claus Williams leads him down to the green flag.
Yeah, man, he's got a phenomenal looking car tonight, and he got off to a great start. And Troy is right there with him going down into 2.
Yeah, that title sponsorship on that vehicle, the East Coast Web Printers, so he's looking good in it. Clean lap there. You see Torgerson just a little loose off the corner. That's something we'll see a lot of, Adam.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are just going to have to give a couple laps, let them tires get warmed up before they start hammering down on the exits.
Absolutely. Right now, Sheffield taking a peek on the low side here. This is something I like. I think he should be down a little lower. You're going to see a lot of people up the track in that third groove. I like that second and first groove personally. Sheffield makes it work. Put him up to second. And we got Tom Ashley. Something has occurred here. Tom Ashley having an instant. This looks like, at least from first glance, Adam, could be a self-spin, something pretty prevalent at this track.
Yeah, it looks like he made a stepped on a butterfinger, but replay show that, you know, you got to be really easy on the throttle and straight up off the corner, and he did step on a butterfinger and slipped up.
Well, good for him for holding it down there, though, Adam.
But you notice one thing they've done differently right there, Dean, you don't spin all the way into the grass. The wall has come out further, so you're going to hit the wall sooner than what you used to.
Yeah, very interesting. The sight lines I find slightly confusing. You know, the magic mile you see there as we go by that sign. And yeah, it just looks a little different out there, so it would throw me off a little bit. Maybe it is Tom Ashley as well. We'll re-rack them, though, and get back to racing here. You know, these laps, this is actually going to help a lot of people. Fuel was pretty close there, depending on how you chose to run this machine, Adam. But, you know, 70 laps to the halfway mark, I think now, pretty easy to get to do it.
Oh, yeah, and you see some guys coming down pit road right now, topping off. Some might gamble and take, you know, a little bit of tires, or maybe not, but we see, you know, Tom with that beautiful Jack Daniels car, and Rincon and Ashley is taking tires. You know, got to get some spoiler out there on these things and to make it more balanced to get up off the corner.
And Whiting with the long stop there, Adam. Did Whiting have a little damage on that machine?
I don't think he did, unless he missed his pit stall. That was awfully slow.
He might have just been relaxing, you know, have a little cup of tea, so to speak.
He had to go get him a double dog.
And there you go, maybe. Lester coming back in, so this is a top up here. Lester known to play the fuel mileage. He's going to play it here. He's going to make sure. I would bet anything this is a top up, Adam.
Oh, and I love what he's doing because, I mean, he and a couple others, and, you know, Buckshot Ripka, he's known to do it too. They've just found that extra space in that gas tank that nobody else has.
All right, he better get his butt back around the track, though. I think he'll be just fine. We look at Lester. There, he is coming out now. He got to race around to catch up here.
Well, the other thing that we're looking at time-wise, the track temperature is at 96 degrees. Track temp will start dipping down some, where, you know, a little after 3 o'clock in the afternoon right now, 3:46 is the time frame for the race. And once I think that temperature comes down, you're going to see some guys getting a little bit of extra grip.
All right, back to green flag racing. Great start by Claus Williams. Sheffield now second. In third, you got Torgerson trying to hold off Ripka. Ripka wraps that high side, and this is a classic move. Behind him, Spear doing the same thing. That first corner, you can get away with that, Adam.
Yeah, that first corner, you definitely can on the restart, and Jason's scored a new scheme tonight. But you see a lot of the guys from Rachel on back, they're still double filed in a lot.
Hold on, there goes Valley. Valley is around, bounces off the inside wall, holds those brakes, and he'll tow. Wow, I don't know if I would have towed there, but he does.
And he hit the wall awfully hard. He got into the side of Rachel Hunt and just lost it.
Fleming just came in behind Valley there. He didn't do anything to him, but Valley come up and hit Rachel Hunt just a little bit, and that threw him down into the inside wall.
Yeah, and that's a tough break for him. He's, you know, new paint scheme last week, come back out again this week with this new scheme, and trying to change up his luck. He's had a hard go of it this season for sure.
All right, so caution number 2 early, and we expect a few. These corners are going to bite these guys off of the corner, and you've seen 2 different ways. One, you oversteer at them, and you kind of get into that slow, lazy slide. 2, you get so tight on exit, you push up into the wall, or in this case, into another car.
Yeah, and that's a tight situation because, you know, if you over throttle or throttle up and Royce Valley is out of the race, too much damage, you will push up on the exit, and if you check up just enough not to hit the competitor beside you, you're going to botch up the guys behind you. But you got to be a little more cognitive about your decisions on when to hit that gas. If you do that, you'll save that right front, and you'll be in the game later on in the race.
There's old Dibble Dogs himself topping up. He's coming out. Lester and Whiting also in there topping up. Nothing to lose really there, Adam. I kind of like this for these guys. I don't even know if I'd consider tires or not at this point, but looks like they might be fixing a little damage with the length of those stops.
That, and, you know, if you need a drink or stretch your leg for a moment, because, you know, once you do get in the groove and you get some green flag racing here, it can be, you know, very hard on your arms and your legs. This is a pretty demanding track, especially if you drive it a certain way. It's a lot like Martinsville, and you know how tough Martinsville can be.
Man, you almost gave me PTSD there, Adam. I'm, you know, thinking about my own racing team, the Wounded Eagles, if you will. These races can be really difficult.
Well, you know, this track will surprise you. If you get into that rhythm and get your car rolling center off, it makes it for a good race, an easy race. But if you don't and you're overdriving that entry, it makes it for a long night.
Indeed. So some big movers so far. Our points leader, Jason Jackson's picked up 3. Hunt and Fleming a couple. Herb Ashley's picked up 5.
Yeah, I expect big things out of Jackson, and like this track reminds a lot of folks of Martinsville.
Green flag.
Another great start by Claus. Now it looks like Ripka's going to think about challenging Brandon Sheffield. Sheffield, a good drive on the outside, though. I think he'll hold him off here. Spear and Torgerson going at it.
Yeah, looking a little further back, looked like George Leal was trying to make a pass on Ottaviani and he didn't get the momentum coming off the corner, but lots of 2 and 3 wide racing from Toad Man on back right now as he's racing Ratliff for position for going down into 1.
And Leal almost laid on the left rear of Ottaviani there, but they sort that out. Fleming underneath a Hunt. They're going at it.
Yeah, and you could see, I like Fleming's line. Fleming is trying to get down there to the bottom to get that run, and that's where you need to be.
Yeah, it's good on the short run, and it's great on the long run, Adam. You're going to save your stuff a little better down there, I think.
Yeah, because in running down there, it doesn't allow him to overshoot the corner. He can get the car to turn where he needs it to.
Yeah, I do. I like his line a lot, but out front, Claus Williams. He's found something here this evening. Looking great.
Ooh, he got a little wiggle on that exit of 4 right there.
Indeed. Paul Travis out there in the chat. So always thinking about you, Paul. Hopefully that arm's getting better each and every day.
Yeah, it's not the same not seeing him out there. Pork chop needs to hurry up and heal up.
Looks like someone dropping back here. Torgerson has fallen back a little bit. So he's down on the inside, and it looks like Ottaviani going to drive right around him along with Leal. Here comes Brantley. So Torgerson, some kind of momentary problem, and something we deal with as sim racers, Adam. Things happen at home, and sometimes you just kind of pull down and get out of the way. You're still going, but you got to fix whatever situation you got going on at your house.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes Troy is notorious for saving his stuff. And Troy will sneak up on you at the end of a run.
Well, there you go. That could be the case as well. There's Brantley up to 9th. Hunt in 10th. Fleming, who we were talking about, he is just riding here in 11th. Ottaviani, he just set his best lap of the race, currently in 6th position.
Yeah, I had, you know, a little discussion with him, and hopefully, you know, he listened to what I had to say, and I think he has, because I see that he's, you know, really adapted to that line very well. And there was a couple others that reached out. I definitely had some success here in this league at this track.
Me and you have, Adam, and, you know, I would say, you know, we'll put you in the expert category as Torgerson breaks loose off the corner a little bit, so that's going to cost him another spot, maybe. But, you know, talking about this track and the expertise, I don't know if it was this track or not, but me and you had a conversation one time, and we were basically talking about, you know, I mean, excuse me if I'm a bit of a layman on this, but it was pretty much slip angle, right? I mean, trying to get that car rotated and pointed a little earlier than some of the other cars.
Early rotation and straight exit off is what you want here. And the straighter that you can get it and the earlier you can get it to turn, the better you'll be on the long run with your tire wear. It's amazing how it changes.
Just for the people at home, you know, you look at the center of the corner on a freeze frame, my car perpendicular to the corner, everything looking very good until you look at, say, Adam's car, which was already pointed down the next straightaway slightly. So that extra rotation going to get you better drive off, going to be better on the car. It's a you know, it's other instinct, but if you don't have the instinct for it, you've got to learn it, don't you, Adam?
Oh, especially at this track, which, You know, and like I said, the Martinsville winner, Sheffield, he's now challenging Williams for the lead, but
Yeah.
he's one of them guys that likes to do that same style exit off the corner, and Lance is also good at that as well.
So Claus took up here on the higher lane, and you can see trying to use a little more power, losing the rear end slightly on exit there. It's costing him. Sheffield to the lead. So Brandon Sheffield out front, Claus Williams back to second. Here comes Ripka.
Somebody else that's coming real quick right in the background is Jason Jackson. And he will be with those guys very soon.
Now, Adam, he will. We'll get to that. But Claus Williams, he keeps losing the rear end slightly, Adam. How bad is that as we go on to this run?
Using my statement from a mentor, once you get loose, you're done. And you always told us to not get loose.
Yeah.
With him getting loose right now, he is killing his drive off and his rear tires.
My general statement, anytime you have a loose condition or a car that could potentially break loose, is you are not allowed to get loose, not even one time. That's the key to success. And we're seeing Claus has got loose a few times. That's going to put heat in those tires. You see he's into the wall slightly there. So he's driving his butt off here, Adam. But I'm afraid he's burning them up just a little bit.
Oh, and look how Buckshot is just, he's getting that monster run through the center off on him because of it. Claus is just he's got to back off, cool his tires down, and stop the bleed. Otherwise, he'll just keep falling back.
Yeah, and he does just that. Put Lance Ripka up to second now. Now to Jason Jackson. He's up 6 spots. We talked about how he would be here late. A couple of cautions has brought that to fruition a little bit earlier. Otto Viani, the guy you were talking to and about, he is currently in 5th, looking solid. Leal in 6th. Spear, Torgerson, Hunt, and Fleming, your top 10. And I think we'll hop on board here with Fleming, Adam, and maybe we'll just have a look and see. And you can see he is still down on the bottom. I'm loving watching this.
Oh, and he see how easy his car is turning, not putting a lot of wheel into it. He's actually saving that right front right now, and that's going to pay off the longer we run. But you see, he drove it in just a little bit too far and got a little loose, and he's getting a little bit loose on exit. But he just needs to continue to roll that center.
That was a perfect example of how entry sets up exit, Adam. The bad entry sets up bad exit.
Yeah, and he's going to get beside Rachel in the next lap too, but he's got to calm it down and keep his head in the game, be easy on the gas, and not overdrive the car.
Yeah, I think he's driving the right line. It's just a hair too much throttle, but I like the 90. He looks good. Out front, Sheffield pulling away a little bit. Ripka hanging in there. Williams, there's Jackson and Ottaviani. So everything's status quo at the front here. Go a little further back, second in points, Tony Ratliff. Now, he hasn't done much, but what we've seen out of him lately, Adam, is he's another guy who shows up late in these runs.
Oh, he has, and that's where he's really closed the gap. You're going to have to nickname him the closer and whatnot, like Kevin Harvick, because it's like, where did this guy come from?
Oh, and the toad man really loose.
Got loose. But see, that's the example of what you just gave. The bad exit. He set himself up for that. He is driving in way too deep right now.
Well, that's another thing is so trying to go high to low and get the power down can also make you loose on exit. It might be good for a lap or two, but for me, the shortest way around the track, it's that simple, Adam. It's the bottom.
It is, and I understand why they're doing the high line is to get the speed on the exit to come down there, but you can also still obtain that speed on the low line. They just have to finesse it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's Rincon. He's up 8 spots into 15th. George Dibble bringing the dogs home. He's up 8 spots into 16th. How about George tonight here?
Yeah, George is giving that car a good ride tonight. I've been watching his line. It's, he's driving what he's liking, and he's been constantly moving forward.
See, we talk about the low line and all that. It's kind of preference, Adam. The key here is no matter what line you're running, it's throttle control. It is key at this track, isn't it?
Yeah, because you look at the run that he got compared to the way Toad did. Toad hit the wall, and Dibble, he was throwing dogs at him. He's like, get out my way, I'm coming through.
A little bit loose there down on the low side. No room to extend, but he'll make the pass. So put George Dibble up 9, Rincone's up 9, and they're going to battle for 14th. Dibble looking solid. I'm really liking this line. I don't know if he's forced into this line or not, but I like it.
It seems to be working for his driving style, but he's getting a lot of momentum coming down the straightaways, just like we were just talking about. And now he switched it up going down to the bottom.
Caution, yellow flag.
Caution on the track. It's Big Possum. Jason Brantley rocking the East Coast Web Printers car, and he is just sitting there and waiting for some kind of clear track, which he has, but he wanted to make sure, so I can appreciate that.
Well, it doesn't look like he's roadkill this race like the last race. At least I hope not.
So here he is, Fleming up high. Brantley comes off and just a little too much throttle and wheel, and around we go. That is so easy to do here, corner 2 in particular, right where he did it.
And see, that wall didn't used to be there. That wall has been extended out. All that used to be was grass. So he didn't end up roadkill, fortunately, this time.
All right, everybody coming in. Anybody willing to stay out there? I highly doubt it. You never know, though. Brantley's still coming around. He'll be fine. He'll hit pit road. Oh, maybe he won't. He just missed it, Adam. So mistake there, unforced error by the 3, scooting around the track, missed pit road.
Yeah, and that's really going to be unfortunate because when he goes back around, it'll be closed and he'll get a penalty if he pits.
I think he'll be all right. He might be able to come in still. On pit road, not seeing much. Claus Williams in front of Jason Jackson, Leal, Oliviani, Spear. Torgerson down to 9th here, and Rachel Hunt in 10th. So Torgerson's been our big loser, if you will. He's lost 7 spots, Adam. What do you think's going on? Just patience, or is this just, hey, this track not suiting me right now?
I think it's patience.
And here
at least
comes
that's what I'm
Brantley
helping.
coming in. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I'm not sure. You know, Torgerson's been, he reminds me a lot of the Warden, Darren Bruce, right? And there's certain tracks that agree with him and he loves, and he's a top driver, can win, absolutely. He won last week. Unfortunately, we missed the broadcast, so unable to talk too much about that. But and there's other tracks where he just looks like he gets a little out of sorts, Adam.
Yeah, and this tire model hasn't been updated for this car. So when you try to get out there with the new conditions and stuff with the updated the tracks, it makes it really difficult to adapt. And unless you drive it, a lot during the week, it takes some time to get set back into the groove with these things.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Sheffield out front with Ripka on his outside. Claus Williams and Jason Jackson in row 2. Remember, Claus very good on this short run here.
Green.
Green flag down and away. Sheffield off and flying. He'll extend out to the top lane.
And it looks like he got shot out the cannon right there.
Yeah, it's such an advantage being the leader, and he did a good job of it. Jackson gets to the outside of Williams. He's looking to steal 3rd place away here. Williams drives in deep, trying to hold him off.
Yes, he does. And it's side by side coming off the corner. Jackson might have a little bit of momentum coming down this straightaway, but I think Claus will still be there for the next corner.
Yeah, they want to get this sorted before they burn their rubber up. Jackson got momentum now. I think he'll clear him. A little
But look
wiggle,
right
but he comes
behind
clear.
him.
George Leal right in the mix.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys you have to watch for. I mean,
Oh,
he's
and
known
claws
to-
contact up into Jackson. A very tiny touch. He backs out of it. Leal looking to take advantage. Comes underneath the Williams.
Yeah, and Leal is known to save his tires like Batman, but you know, like what you saw there, that entry, and he's done got loose again. I mean, he didn't listen to our advice, Dean.
No, he's not going to listen. He's going to drive the heck out of that machine and try and bring that East Coast Web Printers machine to the front.
Yeah, and
So-
Ottaviani had a rough stop. He lost some spots on the pit road. And he's trying to make his way back in the mix too.
Yeah, he's back in 6th right now. We look in on Tony Ratliff. He's got Rachel Hunt on his outside, so Rachel rocking the high line, starting to make progress. Tony trying to be a little patient here. He's right where he started in 11th position. Behind them, Ian Spear.
And good run for George Rincon in the Goodweiser car as well. He's
Yeah.
up 9 spots, Dean.
Him and Dibble are big movers on the night so far. Let's go back up front and see what's happening. Sheffield opening up a small lead. Brantley, meanwhile, he's gone a lap down. He hit pit road. Apparently a penalty, probably for pitting on the wrong lap that you talked about, Adam.
Yeah, that'll get you if you don't pit when that pit road is open. It'll hold you for 40 seconds the next lap.
So that's a big, big penalty for the big possum. Hunt has gotten around Dibble, Tony Ratliff. Dibble now going around him. So Ratliff, he's rocking that low line, which I love. I just talked about. But in the early laps, if people are willing to put the gas down, they can get around you, Adam.
Yeah, and Ian Spears having a good run tonight. He's right there on the back bumper of Ratliff.
All right, everybody's starting to settle into this run. Lap 41 of 140. Brandon Sheffield, your race leader. Ripka, who's suddenly back into form that he was a couple of years ago. I mean, it doesn't matter the car, it doesn't matter the track. Ripka, a threat to win every race.
Yeah, he's definitely changed his luck from season before last. He looks back to form for sure.
And let's talk about that, Adam. We've experienced it. We've gone through it. Heck, you've gone through it. I can remember personally, you're ready to retire almost. It was so frustrating. And then a month later, you're back in form and you're winning races. It kind of goes like that at times.
It does. This sim experience is so up and down. I mean, the goods, the bads, all of it, it can change in the blink of an eye.
It's like this, Adam. When you're winning, you don't know what you're doing right. And when you're losing and finishing terrible, you could swear you're doing the same exact thing. So it's an extremely frustrating experience at times.
It is. It truly is. Because, like you said, I've been feast or famine for sure, and it's definitely gets you to think about it. And George Leal has been one of those guys. It's been a little bit since he's won a race, and I don't know if the model has been messing with him or he just misses Bryce Ryder.
It's kind of a great example. I mean, the 51 seemingly dominant, untouchable almost. Now, one of the guys. I mean, it'll go like that. He'll come back. He'll win 3-4 in a row at some point, and we'll think he's untouchable again. But right now, I don't know if it's a confidence thing or what, but it happens to us all.
It sure does. And look, we were just talking about Troy. Troy's right back. He's back in it. I mean, I think he was taking his time.
He's playing possum, you might say.
I wonder if I don't think he's big possum like big possum, but I think he might be playing the small possum.
How about Jason Spears sitting here in 8th? He is currently down 2 spots from 6th. That's pretty standard for Jason. He's not going to push that machine. Last short track we seen him at, now, forgive me, I don't remember the track, but he was pretty dominant. Was it Richmond, maybe?
Richmond.
Yeah.
And I mean, talking about that, look at the surprise of this race. Dibble Dog fans, your man is coming. He is right on the back bumper of these guys.
Love
George
it.
is having a phenomenal race tonight.
George Dibble, the 94 machine, on a heater tonight, up 14 spots into the top 10. He's right behind Fleming, and both of them just got loose. So a little early for that. We'll keep an eye on that as we go. Sheffield still extending 7/10 lead, or I should say maintaining, over Ripka. Jackson 3rd, and there's Williams holding on as that car starts to go away on him again.
Yeah, and you see the other guys have really, really closed the gap up on him. Claus has got to start adjusting some brake bias or changing his line or changing his points.
Well, we go on board
he's...
here with Claus Williams, Adam, and maybe we can just spot. You see he's putting an awful lot of wheel in there, and he's holding that all the way through exit. That's how you'll get loose. You're not releasing that wheel, Adam.
Well, to me, he's driving in too deep. That's one of the first things I noticed. Like, he tried to come in to the 1 marker, and then he let it roll, and then he got back in the gas, but he did the total opposite thing down here in the 3 and 4 and watched the car push up, and then look how much wheel he's in the putting right now, and that's just too much.
And he's holding it at that time. You could see a slow release of the wheel, much better. Now, we're picking on him. He's in 4th place, Adam, so he ain't doing too bad out here. Claus Williams having a nice run.
Yeah, he's not doing too bad, but he is definitely under fire.
Yeah, he's working the machine over. It could be problematic later in the run for him. Leo right there, Otto Viani, both these guys really patient. So, you know, they are going to wait, and they're going to wait for everybody's machines to fall apart, and they're going to start picking them up. Torgerson just touched the wall there.
Yeah, I think it's because Claus is so used to a Mustang. You know, that Mustang steering is a lot better than a Chevrolet.
We got ourselves a Ford lover up in the booth here. It's all right. We got a Ford plant here in London, Ontario. And, you know, back in our day, Adam, people didn't buy a Ford. That was sacrilege around here. You supported Ford because you had a factory here. Ian Spear with a problem. He is spinning his car around. That is Spear Senior there in the 32 machine. He gets her pointed in the right direction. We stay under green.
Yeah, he had trouble, like we were talking about earlier, coming off that turn 2 exit.
So you see him, he just got passed by our leaders. There is Jackson going by. He'll stay slow, and he's going to come way up the track here with a group of cars coming on him. He's going to try and fall in line here. We're going to stay with this and see how Leal and company deal with it.
Well, you see Leal has gotten around Williams, and I, you know, wonder if he'll be able to set sail, but I saw some movement, and Lance has actually changed his line. He's running that same high line like Dibble was running.
All right, let's have a look there. Starting outside of the paved area, sweeping down into it. Kind of keeping it in between that 2nd and 3rd lane. Adam, is there any seams here or anything worth using?
I can't tell all my secrets. Yeah, there is some spots that you can definitely
like what's the benefit of putting, say, the lefts or the rights on a seam, and what's the negatives of maybe, you know, starting below the seam and crossing over the seam, either way?
Entry wise, it helps the car turn. Exit wise, you gotta release the wheel and get straight quick. because if you ride the seam too far out, you'll get loose when you start putting down the power.
Yeah, it'll
And
hook you a bit, right?
yeah, it will, and that's what I like what Brandon's doing right now. But um, you know, he's just rotating the center really well, and you'll see he gets down there to that seam right there on the left, and then he eases back up right on the exit.
Yeah, he
And
gets that
that's how-
45-degree angle almost, right, to release the wheel.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it, because that's where that grip is.
Yeah, you can clearly see he's using that seam on entry, and he's trying to use it a little bit on exit. You see there, he missed the seam. He got a little loose because of it. You watch here, he'll put the left down, well, middle of the corner. He'll try to get down on that seam. He's a little high. I think he's
Right
pushing.
there.
He's getting a little heat from Ripka, and he's getting loose because of it. Ripka behind him fighting it as well. So these guys sawing the wheel right now, Adam.
Well, you know, they're getting on out there from the guys, and they're able to start to feel each other out a little bit. And you know, like I said, the guy that I was talking about at the beginning of the race, he's in third. He's coming.
Well, let's get in his cockpit and just see, because and look at this, right on that
He's
seam.
exactly where he needs to be, and that's why, you know, he was the only guy that has beat me at Martinsville. And he rubs that one race in, and I've gotten him back ever since. I'm not going to
I
mention
love
the
it
leader.
there. The entry on that seam is nice. Just helps grip that car up a little bit under braking and rotate it a little bit. Hard to notice because you're going to drift up off of it just naturally, but it does help.
But he's not fighting the wheel like the leader.
He is not. That car is going to be good for the run.
And very little twitchiness. I mean, that's what I love about the way Jackson makes the entries on these flat tracks.
Yeah, I would say it's a must. George Leal in third. Claus Williams under heat now from Otto Viani. Otto Viani trying to clear him, not quite clear. I think Claus cut him a break there and lifted a little bit.
But look who's coming, man. Michael Fleming is rocking and rolling. Got around Spear, got around Dibble, and he is setting sail towards the front.
So let's have a look at Fleming here. Wheel naturally pointing left just a little bit. He comes in. He's going to hook that seam that we talked about, and he's staying down there better. And he's cutting it down at him and getting that more direct line, 45-degree angle up to the wall. I really like what I'm seeing from Fleming tonight.
And he is making up time quick.
I mean, this is what will produce long-run car. Not getting loose. Well, he does there a little bit, so we'll go off of it. I mean, you know, the commentator curse. It's hard to break.
But look at his lap times. His lap times are top 3 lap times. Yes, he had a little bobble that lap, but he is knocking on the door of what the leaders are running.
Yeah, the main thing is he's mostly keeping it under control, rolling the center, letting the car turn. I love his line. I mean, Torgerson behind him, just visually looking from this angle we're looking at right now, he's doing a great job, but you can almost feel that Torgerson's he's fighting it. He's doing like he's driving 10 times as hard to turn the same laps.
He is, and I see a couple other guys are now, since we got in this run a little bit deeper, I'm seeing some guys getting a little squirrely on the exit again, coming close to hitting the wall.
And we just seen George Leal a little loose as he's under heat from Otto Viani. So Otto Viani with a little lesson from the Bulldog, rolling that second lane. I love it. He'll come up underneath. Leal trying to power off. You can see almost losing the rear end. Leal fighting for his life here in 4th place. Eric Whiting, something happened to him, but he is okay and on the track.
Yeah, and I'm not willing to say this just yet, but I am wondering what the fuel status is now.
Well, it should be close, right? We're looking at, 6 to halfway. Remember, though, we had 2 cautions, so we're going to consider halfway in your run to be more like lap 80 than 70, Adam, and that's kind of when I expect pit stops, in that 80 to 85 range.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if anybody will do what Baron Labasco always likes to do. Will anybody pit early?
Yeah, I mean, and this is a great track. Look at Ottaviani. I think it's fair to say he's faster than George Leal. Car more under control, but he can't get by him, Adam. And
Yeah,
now he
he's
does.
going-
Leal
oh,
just
wow.
let him by. That's a class move from George. That's something we don't see a lot of with our top guys. They fight for everything, and rightfully so. But I like that move. It's very early. You really don't want to be fighting cars lap after lap at this track.
No, and he saves his tires to fight another day.
Absolutely.
He can catch him later on and run him to, and get around him to hopefully the same respect to show.
And Claus Williams hanging here in 6th. He looks fine to me. I'm a little surprised because I thought he might be running the rubber right off of that thing, but Fleming starting to come underneath him there and take a peek and see if he can get around. Fleming tries a different lane here. That's very interesting. Way up the track he goes, looking for a big run off the corner. I don't think he'll really get it.
Well, looking at the lap times and where we're at right now in the run, guys are searching for that air. They want that air on the left front of that car, and see, he went right back down low, and he'll get close to Claus, but he's got to be patient, and he'll make that move on him.
So what do you do at a track like this, Adam? Are you waiting for a mistake? You might wait 20, 30 laps. Are you forcing it in on entry to try to cause something? Or what are you trying to do here?
Well, you've got to be really patient, but when you do see a mistake, you have to capitalize on it. And you see Claus went high. Michael is getting ready to capitalize on Claus going high, and he's going to get side by side. But look how Ottaviani has already passed, he's opened up a gap between him and George.
Yeah, I mean, it was clear he was faster car, right?
Yeah, you got to take advantage of those situations, because if you do stay behind someone too long, as we see that Ripka has gotten around.
What in tarnation? Brandon Sheffield has fallen to 3rd. Let's get a replay here, Adam. We missed something. Ripka closing in on our leader, Brandon Sheffield. Sheffield loose. Wobble once, twice. Little touch of the wall. Thrice and 4th time. I mean, he is just smacking the wall at him. He lets him by. And then Jackson is right there. We're going to stay on this replay for a minute here and just see where this goes, because he also loses a spot to Jackson as we speed up our replay. I mean, fast motion. Don't get sick, people.
And see Mr. Martinsville, he's coming.
Definitely coming. I mean, I think we get the idea, so we're going to go back to live action. Jackson does take that spot, though. Sheffield back in 3rd, and you can see he is working that machine. This is a case of those rear tires, they're cooked. Adam, this condition, not going to get better for Sheffield. He's got to ride it out until pit stops. Maybe he should short pit right now.
Yeah, and you see he's still wiggling just a smidge, but I love that Ottaviani, is taking what I told him to heart. He is executing, and it's showing, and that's big. Because next thing you know, he's going to be up here with Lance and Jason. And like I said, this track is driven a lot like Martinsville. And Lance and Jason are 2 excellent guys at that track. But, I'm going back looking at Shane Fleming. He got around Claus. He's coming. The guy is on fire with this new team he's running with.
Yeah, last time by, Ottaviani about a 10th better than anybody else on the track. So Ottaviani flying. We'll look at Michael Fleming at the line here, because he was working around a car last lap. and a 44 he ran there, so better than our leaders. But Otto Viani, a 1.9, and George Leal, a 2.1, are two fastest cars on the track.
Yeah, they'll be in the mix, especially if they have, and this is where the long run comes into effect at this track. If you have front and rear grip, you will pull away from those other guys.
Oh,
really
Torgerson!
quickly.
Barely around the cone. He might have went through the cone, almost into the barrels. He ends up on pit road. Adam, I'm not sure this was even an actual pit stop. He might have broke loose and just said, oh, I guess I'm pitting.
Well, I mean,
Let's get a replay on it and just watch here. You can see Torgerson come around. Yeah, he just broke loose, Adam,
Yeah,
and he says,
loose.
"Hey, I mean, I'm here now." So he gets on.
For that one.
Yeah, that definitely will be a penalty, folks. So Torgerson in a world of trouble now.
That's a shame because he was having, a good, really decent, recovery from the tightness that he had at the very beginning of the race.
Adam, right now, Otto Viani, about 0.3 faster than our leader. I mean, he is flying around here. George Leal, who seemingly was losing it, I think he got behind Otto Viani and found something because he's the fastest man on the track. He was 0.4 faster than our leader.
They were using that execution of turning in, getting that turn in that car, and look how he's wrapping up bottom.
I mean, we talked about the bottom. I mean, I love it, and it looks like Leal has fell in love with it right now. He is absolutely decimating everybody, picking up time all over the place. Last time by, a 31, and to Otto Viani's 68. Our leader ran a 51. I mean, at minimum, George Leal picking up 0.2 a lap right now. Jason Jackson, he is in a fight as all of a sudden Sheffield's found some speed too. What's going on, Adam? People making adjustments live on the track to their racing line.
Well, a lot of guys, if it was me, I would not be running a lot of front brake. I would run rear brake to kind of free this car up to brake to make it turn. And that's a lot what I see right now, especially from two cars. I think they have moved the brake bias to the back.
That might be the case for sure. Otto Viani closing in on Sheffield and Jackson. Leal storming his way into this fight as well. He can. Oh, and we got caution. Herb Ashley. So the Whataburger machine here, caution, and of course Torgerson had already, well, he didn't pit, he was forced down there, so nobody really hurt by this. Herb Ashley will come around. We'll re-rack him now.
I tell you, the Ashleys have had a tough time here tonight at the New Hampshire Speedway.
The Magic Mile, they call this place.
Get you a lobster if you win the race.
I mean, I've been known to do a few magic tricks at him.
I've heard that from time to time.
I bet you have. Everybody racing around trying to catch up, make their pit stops here.
Now, to me, this would be the money stop. Can't mess it up. Clean entry, clean exit. Hopefully nobody will slide through their stall, but they got some wear on these tires this time. Who's going to do it the cleanest?
You do have to take that into account, that's for sure. So Ripka, I don't like Jackson laying back here. He's left a gap at him. Why has he done that?
I don't know. That's a very good question. I would have been caught up and right on Ripka's Babcock, almost pushed.
So everybody's coming in. Here's Herb catching up. Lucky dog going to be Troy Torgerson. He's going to go, well, I don't know if he's a lucky dog. Looks like Ian Spears Sr. going to be the lucky dog.
Didn't really see any mistakes, but tell you, Jackson had a good stop. And so did Leal. Leal had a good stop.
Leal had a great stop. He goes up to third. He beats Sheffield off of pit road. So George Leal, and Ottaviani, he beat Sheffield and Ottaviani off of pit road. He had a 14.4 to match Jackson. Sheffield with a 14.5 and Ottaviani a 14.7. Very interesting, Adam.
Yeah, you know, one thing that the Warden got me to practice, and you even have mentioned this, if you don't stop where those guys come out to put the jack down, that can cost you 3 1,000s, 4 1,000s on that pit stop.
Yeah, we were talking the other night with Mr. Jared Carr about that, you know, and the tricks of getting in, and, you know, to short form it is, just come in where you're supposed to come in. Get the car lined up straight, get it on the marks, and you're going to have a fast pit stop. If you're angled, if you're off the marks, that's hundreds of seconds off your time. Or added to your time, I should say. And don't get a windshield tear, Adam.
Oh, I always get one. I can't stand stuff on my windshield.
I mean, that's time. That's pit road time right there. Pace cars off. Ripka and Jackson now up front. Ripka, great start. And on the inside, George Leal, a little slow on the get-up. Sheffield trying to slide into third here. Leal gonna, he is pinned down there. Oh, here comes Claus Williams wrapping the outside. He's looking to pick up spots.
Yeah, I don't know if he was fully awake on that restart, Dean. He looked at me still asleep.
Yeah, it looked a little tentative, a little slow, although he is waiting for the end of this run, not the start of it. Sheffield, he's heating up. I think Jackson will let him go here. He does fight momentarily, though. Looks like Jackson will let him go on exit, or Sheffield just completes the pass. Take your pick. So Jackson in third, Leal fourth, Claus Williams fifth. Rachel Hunt under a little heat here. She's down on the bottom. Rincon trying to wrap the high side and get some momentum.
And you see Dibble Dogs is up to 8th place.
Ripka just set the best lap of the race, a 30.04. Lots of personal bests here, Adam. We look at the weather. Current track, 95 degrees.
So it's gone down 2 degrees since the start of the race, and looks like the humidity went down as well.
There is George Dibble and Tony Ratliff fighting here for 8th position. It's that time of the race where every position matters.
Yeah, if I saw it correctly, I think there was like, 9 personal best laps of the race that lap.
Oh my God, yeah, they're just popping up on the screen left and right here, Adam. So Dibble and Tony Ratliff get that sorted out. Rachel Hunt still trying to fend off George Rincon. Rincon up 12 spots into 11th.
Toad's had a pretty good recovery from getting loose earlier in the race. He's battling back to get back into the top 12.
Yeah, Toadman doing a nice job. 13th right now. Ottaviani, he's trying to get by Claus Williams here. Looks like he might do it. I don't know if he's trying to get by or Williams trying to get by. Looked like Williams thought about a crossover and the car said, no thank you, not today.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he slipped up on that one.
Ian Spear, the youngster, up in 9th. He's got George Dibble on his outside. George Dibble drives right around him. Put Dibble up 15 into 9th position.
Yeah, Ian has had a great race tonight. Before the caution came out, Ian actually got all the way up to 9th place.
Rachel seemingly in a fight each and every lap now has Tom Ashley. Tom Ashley, who had early trouble back in this race, he's down on the bottom. He's trying to make it work. Rachel gets a bit of a run. She'll hold him off.
You know, one guy that was up towards the front, what happened to Michael Fleming? He's fallen all the way back to 15th place, Dean.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure. I think Fleming looks like he's switched up the line he's driving at him, searching for speed here, and I think it's probably a mistake. I've been loving the way he's been driving. Well, there he is. That's a good line there out of the 90. He's got to be patient back here. You're not going to make up 15 spots very quickly at a place like this. Your leader, Lance Ripka. Buckshot on a tear as of late. He's got clean air and clean track. Sheffield trying to figure out this machine, sitting in second. Jackson, your points leader, third. Leal, who came on so strong late in that run. And we're under caution. Tom Lester, something's happened. There's a Jack Daniels machine. Baron, if you're watching, that's a drink. Please drink up, sir.
Yep, spilt all over the track. Hardy foul number 1.
So caution here on lap 92, Adam. What do? We just had pits. Now, the pits were on 10 laps ago, roughly, on the tires. I mean, who comes in? Everybody? If you're at the back, do you automatically come in?
I would say I would roll the dice right now.
And?
I'd stay out.
Yeah, well, these are the tough decisions, and it's none tougher than Ripka, because likely whatever he does, everybody's going to do the opposite, Adam.
Yeah, I think they're all going to come down, but I would have stayed out and see, you know, because cautions breed cautions, and guys are really hammered down right now.
I'm in shock. The whole field coming in. Are you telling me nobody's going to stay out? Not a single car. Torgerson going to get a wave around or a lucky dog. So Torgerson, the beneficiary here of this caution. But I can't believe nobody stayed out.
Yeah.
Track position, Adam, like 10 laps. Not that much at this place. I mean, track position's so important. You roll the bottom. I mean, I'd love to go from, say, 14th to 1st right now.
Yeah, depending on how many tires people had, I mean, I think that was pretty much a wasted set.
Very interesting. A little bit of follow the leader going on here, so no risk taking. I mean, that's a good thing, but like I said, a track like this, 10 laps, not that much. I think it would have been a good risk for someone. We look at the back. How about like someone like Fleming, who's stuck in traffic in 15th? He's rocking that machine. It would have been great to see him try and stay out.
Yeah, and I mean, you basically got a little under a 50-lap run. What, 45 now? 46?
Yep.
To the checkers. Yeah, I feel like you just wasted a set of tires. But if they go green, no, it won't be a wasted set. But if they don't,
well, they all took them, so it's just it's a nothing burger for a pit stop, right?
yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, if I'm at the back and I feel I like this track, I'm taking some track position. Trust me, if you're on the front and the green goes and you can get away, clear track, clear air, I mean, they're not gonna catch you for 20, 30 laps, Adam.
I can't believe you even said that to me. You said, trust me.
I did indeed. I think you should always trust me, Adam. Ripka and Sheffield. Jackson and Leal. Heavy hitters up front. Otto Viani and Williams. Spear and Tony Ratliff. Brad Collins, he's coming back in. So he vacates 16th spot there to come in. This got to be about fixing damage, Adam.
Yeah, that was a little hiccup on the delay. I think someone spun out right when we were coming back to get the one to go.
So no tires.
A little Ray Donovan reference.
No comment at this time.
Last time you said, trust me, I did it at Phoenix and lost the race.
Well, nobody said I was a crew chief, Adam.
Yeah, 98% of the time you're on the money.
Here we go. Ripka and Sheffield, Jackson and Leal. We got ourselves just over 50 laps here to settle this thing. It's the East Coast Web Printers Gen 6 Series, and we're back under green.
And man, Buckshot got a monster restart again.
Jackson also a great job on the inside. Leal again a little slow through the gears. So Leal maybe not agreeing with the restarts or purposely taking it easy. Not sure. Otto Viani and Claus Williams take to fighting. Looks like Claus is going to make easy work of that on the fresh tires.
Yeah, he's going to be driving for everything it's worth to try to make up some spots right now to get back to where he was.
Dibble still doing his thing up into ninth. He's got Ian Spear on his outside. Ian trying to hold him off. I don't think he can. Behind him, Rincon, who's up 10. He is trying to work over on, that looks like Ashley there, Tom Ashley.
Yeah, and I mean, give a shout out to Toad Man. You know, he was having his struggles and stuff getting the race. He's up to 11th place.
The Kylie Glass Machine. Ripka, first driver to go sub 30 seconds at 29.99.
Yeah, you could definitely tell the pace picked up.
Check their track temp down to 93, Adam. It continues to cool down.
Yeah, I see, you know, Sheffield's trying some different things right now. And it looks like he's getting a little bit closer. And as I gave Todd that compliment, he knocks the wall down off the floor.
Yeah, that's going to bring Tom Ashley to his inside. Ashley trying to rotate, a little late rotation on that car. But he's going to get the spot as the Toad Man gets a little loose again. Ripka and Sheffield getting separation. Leal starting to find his groove again. Otto Viani underneath the Williams again. And Williams going to let him go. Spear crawling into the picture. He's been quiet, been lurking right here around 6th, 7th, 8th all night long.
And look at Mr. Consistency. The closer, Tony Ratliff, 8th place. That's why he's in 2nd place in points, folks.
Herb Ashley has lost it again. He's towed to the pits. We stay green.
Man, that's been a rough night for him, for sure.
I mean, that Whataburger, it's got more questions on it than answers.
I think the grease came out the mufflers and he slipped up.
You got to change that grease once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody lined up here. 38 to go at the line, Adam. That's not long here at Nashville.
Where?
New Hampshire.
Well, you got the Music City on your mind.
I've been listening to a little music earlier. Played a little Genesis there, a little Fleetwood Mac. How about that stuff?
Oh, I love it. Good music. That is really good music.
Otto Viani rolling early. So this is a dichotomy of two different cars here. Otto Viani, known for his long run, but he's been pretty good tonight on the short run. Leal, dominant on the long run, but not so good on the short run tonight.
Yeah, those two guys, they got to get moving. The clock is ticking.
That's the problem about long run, short run, Adam. It doesn't matter when there's only 35 laps left.
Yeah, the time is, yeah, you got to go. It's time to see what you got through the whole run now.
And this is where you start to get tired too. I mean, if you're an old fart like myself, you know, the arms are tired, the eyes are tired. Focus must be maintained, Adam.
Yeah, look at there. Spears have gotten up on steering wheel tonight. He's creeping up on Claus pretty quick.
You know, Spear's been one of the great stories here this season. He's found qualifying, he's found speed, and I just love that he's running towards the front now. this is where he should always be running. And you know, I look for him to get into victory lane sooner than later, Adam.
Yeah, he's definitely put a consistent group of finishes together here in the last couple races across all the boards, and it's been refreshing that he doesn't have to be the DNF king no more.
Yeah, right. Well, I want to say too, he added to his team. He brought in Michael Ottoviani. We talked about you talking with him, but Ottoviani, he learns from everybody, Adam. He reaches out to literally everybody. He's just wants more knowledge. Do you think at all that having a guy like him in the Spears stall has helped Jason a little bit too?
I think between that and Jason getting his wheel sorted out from, help from TJ Rogers, I think those two combinations and Jason finally getting those new pedals last season, I think everything came to fruition. I mean, he needed this combo to get him back where he needed to be.
I mean, equipment, big in the sim racing world. Not necessarily what equipment you have, but getting the settings correct so that you can feel and have everything do what you want it to do. Right now, Sheffield's found his groove. He is closing in on Ripka here. I mean, I think as we go on, Sheffield only getting stronger here, Adam.
He is, and I was just looking. Tom Lester, something's going on with him. I think he's been wrecked.
Oh, boy. Yeah, he wrecked pretty hard here, Adam. That car is not looking, the front end is in front of the wheels, and now it's gone. So it vanishes, and Lester, I mean, the drinking game over. Battle for the lead. Ripka touches the wall. Sheffield down on the inside looking for the lead. He's going to get it, I think. Fighting back. Buckshot Ripka on the outside. Not ready to give it up quite yet. Great job by Ripka.
Yeah, he is really fighting hard on that outside right now.
I mean, that pass was all but done, but Ripka willed himself back up here to the outside, trying to hold off Sheffield. Of course, Jackson behind him, closing in. This is only helping him. Ripka backs out, it looks like. Maybe not. Yeah, he'll fall in line. Brandon Sheffield, new race leader, 30 to go.
But, we saw it last time. Sheffield was out front and burning stuff up. Maybe Lance is playing a little peekaboo kind of deal with him.
We got more bad news. The Toad Man riding around near the top 10. Here he comes off a 2, and that'll break loose. Everybody's done that at this track, down into the inside wall. Night over.
I'll tell you, I missed that grass right there. Since they added that new wall right there, it makes your night over real quick coming off that corner.
So everybody fairly spaced out. Race for the lead still intact. Ripka not letting Sheffield get away. What I see out of Sheffield, that rear end, not moving around anymore, Adam.
And unfortunately, again, Troy Torgerson. He's had another hiccup back on pit road.
So Torgerson as well. Let's see if we can get a replay on that. I mean, I don't know, Adam. There could be a home issue there. He barely touches the wall, and then it looks like he's just lost power or something. He's barely going at this point. He calls it a night.
Yeah, and see, Lance sticking tight. He's playing that peekaboo game, right there on Sheffield's back bumper, and I think he's saving a little bit of tire for the end of this race.
He may be. And there we go. Sheffield loose on exit. That's going to open the door. Ripka down to the inside. He's got a fender. It's Lance Ripka trying to take the lead back. How about that? Sheffield now's on the outside with the momentum. He'll surge high. He's going to keep the lead, but Ripka's still got that fender in there.
Yeah, and that's the good stuff that we've been looking forward to the whole season. The last couple races, Lance has Definitely had to doodle it out with somebody else with good side-by-side racing.
It's been great. This is only bringing Jackson closer and closer every lap they do this. Ripka holding off Sheffield, or trying to pass him. Sheffield trying to hold him off. What a battle we got up front.
Yeah, but they can't look too far. Right past Jackson, here comes the two fastest cars on the track.
Yeah, Leal and Ottaviani closing in. Jackson almost to them now, so they stay side by side. They are hemorrhaging time, 2-3 tenths a lap. Leal and Ottaviani in the picture now as the laps tick, tick, tick down.
24 to go right now. Man, they got to get it done quick because, like I said, I mean, the last two laps, almost 3 tenths from Leal, and I mean, and Jackson is just licking his chops right now. He's like, please make a mistake.
Jackson loving it, but I'm telling you, those other guys are coming. Ottaviani and Leal have almost caught up as well, and now they get back in line. Sheffield holds them off, and it looked like Ripka took a swing at him.
It looked like a little bump and run right there.
I think he's a little irritated, but this is racing, folks. You don't get to just get the lead. You got to go get it for yourself. But I'm telling you, it looked like he took a swing at him.
Yeah, he definitely changed his lineup, but man, I tell you, that just brought those other guys even closer.
Yeah, I mean, this is, these guys are thinking, come on, go back side by side because we don't want you pulling away again. Sheffield now with that clean air starting to open it up a little bit. It's Sheffield, Ripka, Jackson, Leal, Ottaviani, your top 5. We're getting close to 20 to go. Spear all alone in 6. How about Ian Spear? He's up to 7th right now. Williams trying to hold off Dibble, who's up 15. Dibble comes underneath them. George Dibble looking for 8th place here. What a run by the 94 machine.
Getting them Dibble dogs out to all them fans, just like Grubhub or the other app that everybody uses, DoorDash. I mean, he is coming fast food service at its best.
And Tom Ashley, he'll go by Claus Williams. He's the redemption story of the race. Early trouble. Now Tom Ashley up in the 9th. And Tony Ratliff, he's looking, and he smashes the wall. The closer trying to shut a few doors out there that weren't even open.
Yeah, he's been falling back. I think he's been struggling with his car a little bit here over the last 20 laps.
Back up front, Ripka not letting it go. He is back towards the bumper of Sheffield. Jackson closing. Leal going back to the bottom where we've seen him be so good. Him and Ottaviani are closing in.
Almost
18 to go at the line.
Jaws music, Dean.
I'm telling you, they are closing. So intense. Ken Sheffield, we've seen him hold on before. He's going to fight every lap. You're going to have to make a great move to get by him. Ripka looking like that car still wants to poke the rear end of Brandon Sheffield.
Yeah, right now Lance is just getting so much of a better run through the center of the corner, and it looks like Sheffield's actually holding him up.
He may be, but the good thing that Sheffield, he's not overdriving at him. He can't get loose. You can be a hair slow, but you cannot break loose here. And I think that's kind of what Ripka's trying to do. He's trying to take that air off that rear end and make him loose at him.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at this, right now you have Leal and Ottaviani are the 2 fastest cars, and they're there.
This
All
thing is heating up, folks.
Yes, man, this is on fire right now.
Ripka all over Sheffield. Jackson just lurking, but he's got no time for lurking anymore. Wow, all over him, Adam. Pushing him through the corner, basically. Sheffield seemingly unfazed. Leal taking a peek on Jackson. Jackson closes the door, but Leal goes lower than low.
I love what Leal is doing. He's got to hurry up and get past Jackson right now to get up there to mess with those top two.
Yeah, it's now or never for Leal and Ottaviani. What a battle. 15 to go at the line. Brandon Sheffield holding on. These two
I'm
are
just waiting to see, yeah, when Sheffield starts to break loose, Lance is going to have this pretty well in hand if he didn't start getting loose.
I mean, it's impressive because I know wow, to the outside, the shocker from Lance Ripka. I love it. What a move. He surprised him, and that's why I call it the shocker, Adam. That is a race-winning move by Lance Buckshot Ripka.
Yes, that definitely was. But look right behind him. It was almost as simultaneous. When Lance did his move, George did his move.
So Leal moving into third. Ripka still fighting with Sheffield. He couldn't win from the inside. He's going to try to win from the outside. He overdrives the corner a little bit, but he'll get a good run if he can hold it under him.
And Lance has got to go. I mean, George is all but right on top of him.
Lance still on the outside. He should clear on this straightaway. Contact there. Sheffield trying to push the issue. He falls in line before Leal can get there. Leal, though, down to the inside. Throws it in there hard braking. Makes it stick. George Leal on the bottom now. Sheffield trying to be shuffled out to third. He's loose on exit.
I love what I'm seeing right there, but now Sheffield's going to make a move on Lance.
Wow, almost 3 wide here at the front. We're not even down to 10 to go yet.
Well, folks, if y'all aren't watching, you're missing a heck of a race right now for the first position.
Things are heating up. Sheffield now on the bottom again. This is how Lance got around, sort of, and now Leal tries to do the same. Sheffield desperate to hang on. He can't quite do it, though. Ripka leading.
Well, right now, I mean, the pushes that Leal gets off this corner will help Lance because it'll push him out a little bit. But then Sheffield drives in so deep, he just stalls the momentum.
Wow, Sheffield surges back on the bottom. So, and now he's wicked loose. He's got to try and hang on. He will. He'll get back in line. Leal trying to poke his nose to the bottom. Sheffield sideways on entry. Makes it stick, Adam. What an aggressive entry.
Wow, that was a heck of a save, though. I'll give him that. He is giving it his all to folks with 10 laps to go. Anything could happen right here.
This is racing. This is RGR racing, folks. Unbelievable action. Everybody wiggling. Jackson's starting to surge now because they're all getting out of shape. And the steady hand of Jason Jackson in fourth starting to move forward.
Yeah, Lance keeps moving up a little bit higher. I love what he's doing. Oh, and we got a spinner right in front of him.
And he's going to go to the pits. That was Eric Whiting. Something happened with him. No caution. We stay green. Sheffield and Ripka continue this battle. An epic one to be certain.
I'll have to give it to Brandon. He's giving it all he has to try to get this win tonight.
Well, I give it to Buckshot as well. I mean, the effort and the shocker, a perfectly performed one. I don't know if I've seen it in this league. And he's loose. Contact. The two of them come together. Sheffield comes back up and almost takes him out.
Man, how in the world can he save that again after that?
Wild racing. Leal with a surge. He comes to the outside now trying to clear Sheffield. Sheffield trying to get in there. Ripka's nudged loose. Holy smokes.
Wow. Amazing driving by some really amazing drivers right now.
incredible racing action. You want clean, hard racing? This is what it looks like, folks. Leal surges down on the bottom, trying to go 3 wide on exit. He will. George Leal down low. In the middle, Sheffield. Leal can't get the power down, though. Holy smokes.
Man, this is the best racing I've seen in this league in a while.
Great racing. Sheffield and Ripka still slugging it out. Leal looking for a hole, can't find one. Sheffield a little loose. There goes Leal. He doesn't know where to go.
And you saw Brandon had to throw the block right there because Leal is there. And you know he saved enough tire to make the pass because these 2 guys in front have burnt that stuff up.
5 more laps to go. Let's hope I don't burn my voice out.
Man, this is just insane. I still can't believe Lance is hanging that. He's keeping pace up there high, and just the incredible job that Sheffield is hanging on to this car. It's blowing my mind.
Blowing my mind what they're all doing. They're getting pushed higher and higher up the track. They're racing each other clean but hard. They probably hate each other right now. And a little contact there. Leal surging back. Coming down to 3 to go. Contact, swapping paint here in the middle of the corner. Sheffield, Ripka, and a little hip check there. Sheffield shuffled out. Leal's got clear space now. Sheffield got loose there, and that was the end of his little run. Jackson on the outside of Sheffield. Leal on the inside of Ripka.
Yeah, now it's Leal's turn. Let's see what he's got to see if he can get by Lance.
This is going to be, Lance is so worn out from fighting Sheffield. He surges there early part of the corner. Leal battles back. Great rotation. They come off the corner. Leal a little loose. Ripka comes back. 3 to go.
Well, folks, you can't.
3 wide behind him, Adam. 3 wide behind him. Holy smokes. Leal surges through. What a corner for him. He takes the lead. Ottaviani, Sheffield, and Jackson stay 3 wide for what seems like the whole lap. My goodness.
Wow, look at Ottaviani. He's going to have a run on Sheffield coming off the corner, Dean.
Leal starting to get away. 2 to go. What a battle. That was epic, folks. That was some of the best racing you'll ever see. Ottaviani gets around Sheffield. Jackson's still in 3rd. Epic stuff here. And Leal, who we said maybe was fading earlier in the broadcast, maybe he lost his groove, so to speak. Oh no, sir. He's out front on his final lap. George Leal gonna come home, and he's got 1 more corner to go. He will take home the victory here at New Hampshire, the New Hampshire 200. 2nd place, Jackson surging late, not enough. Ripka holds on. He'll take 2nd, Jackson 3rd, Sheffield 4th, Ottaviani 5th, Spear a little quieter 6th, and how about Ian Spear in 7th, and Tom Ashley 8th. Great runs. Claus Williams 9th, and Dibble with a nice top 10.
Well, Dean, I don't see how you have your voice. That was an amazing run right there by George Leal.
Yeah, I mean, if you love racing, this is why you love it. This harkens back to some of the battles we remember in our youth, you know, Earnhardt, Labonte, whatever. Lots of great battles I'm sure you could come up with, Adam. This was epic stuff. Not just the front 2, but the 3 behind them, too, fighting for their lives.
Yeah, and to see how long they did side by side, and I mean, you got to give an attaboy to Sheffield for trying to hang on to it. I mean, what a race.
Oh, yeah, Sheffield did everything he could there, and they kept it clean. Like I said, I think they're probably all angry with each other, but nobody did anything wrong, Adam. That's what racing is. That's what it's all about. 20 to go. This thing started probably before that, and it lasted right to 2 to go. It was epic stuff. And Leal doing an epic burnout here. Wouldn't even you be proud of there, Adam?
Oh, yeah, he walked the dog like nobody's business.
He's going to walk it back, too. He's taking it home. He is one happy boy. Look at that, eh? That's happiness right there.
Well, like you said, getting back in the groove of things, he's broke that streak that we were talking about. He went from being quiet and a little bit out the game to back to winner's circle.
Man, that was about as short a losing streak as I've ever seen out of him. But nonetheless, let's go to a commercial break. We'll come back and we'll talk to these guys. Back here at New Hampshire, what a finish. Unbelievable stuff. Let's check in on our race results here. We talked about the top 5 a lot. The Jason Spear and Ian Spear, Tom Ashley, Claus Williams, George Dibble, your top 10. Hunt, Rincon, Ratliff, Tony that is, Collins, the elder Ian Spear. You got Adam Kulikowski, Jason Brantley, Todd Gilly, and you can find your favorite racer a little further back. Holy smokes, Adam.
Yeah, what a race, folks. I mean, if you wasn't watching, you missed one of the best races I've seen in RGR. I mean, that was phenomenal.
Yeah, you see here, Michael Fleming, 46 down. That so unfortunate. I thought he was doing a great job. Torgerson had his issue. Whiting, Gilly, and Brantley slide down a bit. So there's always good news, bad news in these results. But as far as the race goes, man, it don't get any better. Let's go ahead. Go ahead, Adam.
This was phenomenal. I mean, just that just shows you how important and how these guys felt about trying to win this race. I mean, it shows. I mean, they left it all on the track. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, it truly was amazing, and nobody had a better view of the fight and being part of the fight. The 86, Jason Jackson finished in 3rd place tonight. Wow, Jason, a great championship run, and we'll start there with congratulations on getting 3rd here.
Thanks, man. What a race. That last 15, 20 laps was just intense.
Intense? I almost had a heart attack, Jason. You guys got to take it easy on me here. I don't know what's going on, but we've seen a lot going on in front of you. First off, those two take to battling. You're closing in. I mean, we all know it's 2 wide slower than single file, and you had to be pretty happy to see them go and start that battle.
Yeah, it was kind of nice to see them battle. I wasn't running too hard because I was trying to save my stuff, but when I saw George was coming, I tried to pick up the pace a little bit, and I got my rears a little too hot, and when he got to me, I had nothing for him.
Well, it was a little wild up there. I think you're a master of keeping that car under you, but the guys in front of you were sliding all over the place repeatedly, Jason. I mean, there was no chill out there in those last laps, were there?
No, the last 5 laps was just everybody was sliding all over the place and trying to not run into each other and just get the good out of your tire and all that stuff. I know throughout most of the race, me and Brandon were comparing tires throughout the runs, and his would be a little bit worse than mine. And I needed to stay green the whole thing. I was just way better than those guys on the super long run.
Yeah, I think we talked some about that, Jason. I think, the way you were driving and under control, good line. I think for sure the long run is what you were looking for. It wasn't meant to be tonight. But, we talk about racing and the community and all that. Races like this kind of why you do it, Jason. Win or lose or whatever. I mean, this is what it's about, isn't it? I mean, you guys ran 3 wide for an entire lap there at this track. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. My spotter stopped calling 3 wide, and I asked Brandon, I said, "Are we still 3 wide?" And he says, "Yeah, we're still 3 wide." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, I mean, just great action, so much fun. I mean, in a race like this where all could go wrong, nothing did. And I think it speaks to the league, the guys in it. I'm sure there's a little bit of anger amongst guys, but that's normal racer anger. That's not true anger, right? I mean, this is why you do it. And just talk a little bit about like racing around, say these five guys in particular. I mean, you got to trust the people around you, don't you?
Oh yeah, I trust most every one of these guys. I mean, the top five, six, seven, we all race really hard, and we all make mistakes and get into each other every once in a while. But it's never something we're doing intentionally. And we got a heck of a group of top guys, and you just go in and battle, and there's no hate, no whatsoever. It's just big respect between everybody. We know we can race hard, and there is going to be an incident every once in a while, but we just kind of say sorry and move on and go to the next one. And you have races like this. I can't wait to watch this one back.
Yeah, thrilling, thrilling final. God, I don't even know, 30 laps, Jason. I need a drink or something, my friend. I mean, I got to get Barron back in the booth so he can pour me a drink. Nonetheless, congrats on third place. You probably open up the points even a little bit more. Championships, I know it means a lot to you, so we'll continue to watch for that as the season goes on. This might be one you look back on and go, man, I survived this, and this is where it was made. But congrats on third place, and we're turning over to you, my friend. Anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, we got to thank you guys for broadcasting these races and Wind Tunnel, and then we got to thank all of the series sponsors that do this with the East Coast web printing that helps us on Thursday nights, and the live church and on Sundays, and Kailu Glass and East Coast on Tuesdays. I don't get to run that as much, but it's good to see that we've got three series that can be broadcast. We got to thank all the sponsors and stuff, on the car, Custom Works Futaba and Civil Tech and Ed Kane. Still feeling for my buddy. He's had a tough week with the losing his mom, and it's just we keep praying for him and to get through this tough time, and got to thank Todd and all the admins that run this league. They keep a tight ship, and we love this place. And you got to say congrats to George and Lance on their finishes.
All right, Adam, third place finisher, points leader, Jason Jackson.
Yeah, I'm down here with the second place finisher, Lance Buckshot Ripka. I have to say, man, this was a phenomenal performance by you up front, but you just came up a little bit short, man. Were you driving out your front window, your back window? I mean, how did you hang on to that car for so long up high?
I think I let the man upstairs take the wheel. I drove the living crap out of it. I just, I knew if I conceded the top side, I wasn't going to be able to get the drive off the corner. So I had to marry the top side, which is giving me the good runs off. I was kind of hoping that George and Brendan would have started racing a little bit, but Brendan wanted to race me instead and allowed George to pick my pocket, man. Good for him. That was a hell of a race. Uh, I don't think I've ever driven the race car that hard, sim racing.
Well, I was getting ready to say, I mean, Dean called it the shocker move. Were you getting a little bit frustrated? It looked like you were getting the run on the center of the corner and you almost kissed Brandon's bumper a couple times. But tell us about that crazy move that you did to get you into position to fight back for the lead.
I don't know if it was a crazy move. I think it was just a reaction. I figured I had to I had to go to the outside. I wasn't going to make the car go to the inside, but it was either do that or probably run in the back of them. So Um, I knew if I was going to make my move, it had to be on the outside. He was doing a really good job, kind of protecting the entry, so I wouldn't get that run through the middle. But he just kept it low. He went into the corner just a little bit lower than usual, and I was able to sneak my nose around that outside and maintain that position.
Well, I mean, between this run and even if it wasn't a calculated move, man, Lance, it was phenomenal for watching. I mean, Dean was about to have a heart attack. I'm already having health problems. You were about to give me a heart attack. I mean, wow. I mean, the move was just, it's going to go down as one of the classic moves in RGR history, that's for sure. But uh, tell us about this momentum ride, man. I mean, you're just on fire here lately.
You know, when you get on that train, you just ride it as long as you can. You know, there's so many good drivers in this league. I mean, you look at the top five in tonight's race. I mean, any one of those guys, any one of us could have come out with that win tonight. You know, and but yeah, when it comes to this momentum and getting these good finishes and stuff like that, man, it's just get on that train and ride it as long as you can, because you know how it goes. It could change at any minute.
Well, man, congratulations on your second place finish, and I'll give you the floor tonight.
All right, I just got to give the sponsors a shout out. You know, East Coast Web Printers, Alive Church, Kailu Glass. Appreciate everything that they do, keeping us up on WTTV. Uh, you guys are putting on amazing shows week in, week out. George, Todd, Greg, Jason, all those guys in the background that make this thing go. Uh, yeah, thanks, man. This is the best place to race. I mean, you can't get racing like this anywhere else. And of course, I got to give the shout out to the men and women of the service. Appreciate all you do.
Well, Dean, that was second place finisher and one of the best finishes I've seen in a while, Lance Ripka.
Yeah, I mean, he's worn out, and I'm sure everybody is. We turn our attention now to the man who Lance says picked his pocket here. He's down in Victory Lane, the 51, George Leal. Man, George, this one got to feel good.
Yeah, it was pretty unexpected, to be honest with you. This is not my best track, and it was a really fun race. I'm still coming down off that high.
Yeah, well, before we get to the highs and the craziness of all of that, I want to talk about the end of that long green flag run. All of a sudden, George, you maybe lost a couple of spots in the first part of the run or whatever happened, riding right where you started perhaps. But late, you're not just the fastest car on the track. I mean, you're pulling 2, 3, 4 tenths on laps. What happened? What'd you find? Or was it part of the plan?
No, it wasn't part of the plan. It was just honestly a little bit of frustration. I think Otto had got around me and was kind of running away from me, and I was just like, well, I kind of knew the high line wasn't working real well if you went super high. So I was like, well, let me try this apron, or not really the apron, but down there on the blue line. And I didn't know if it was just because the leaders were getting all bunched up or what, but I noticed I started catching them. And then in that last run, I tried it, I don't know, like 10 laps in, and I guess it wasn't time yet because nobody was slipping up off the corners, but it ended up working.
Yeah, I mean, it was really working, George. But now we get down towards the end. You got Brandon and Lance fighting seemingly forever. And, Jason Jackson's closing in on him. And here, all of a sudden, comes you and Michael Ottaviani, a couple of great long-run drivers. But this fight is bringing you back into the fight. I mean, how wide were your eyes getting? And when did they open all the way up to, hey, I could get this thing?
Yeah, honestly, it wasn't really till I got all the way to him that I realized I might actually have a chance. They were running side by side forever, and like you said, we all kind of got to him, and I was racing Jason Jackson there for a little bit, and was able to get around him, and then those two were side by side in front of me, and it was just nowhere to go. And I tried it one time down low, and I just couldn't get enough straightaway speed there, and it was kind of messed up entering turn one super low because of the way the pit wall is. So just kind of started to be patient. I started heating my right rear up a little bit, so I knew Otto was coming back there, but tried to cool my right rear down a couple different times in that battle, and was able to wait for a mistake. I seen both of them just start skating on the exit, so I was able to catch Brandon. He slipped way down the track and drove up in there behind Lance, and was able to drive it down in the bottom.
Man, there was so much going on, George. It's hard to calculate and remember it all. But at one point, they were side by side, and I think you were part of the 3 wide behind them. I mean, 3 wides, 2 wides endlessly? Does it get any better than that?
No, not really. I was just sitting there talking. I'm like, this is definitely one of the best races I've ever been involved in. Obviously, it makes it a little better when you win, but I was shaking. I'm not gonna lie to you. My brake foot was just bouncing up and down while I was trying to get around those guys, and even the last couple of laps. So it's that's what you race for, and that's what really makes this stuff enjoyable.
Man, is it ever? And it's quite frankly what keeps me in the booth as well, George. Being able to see this, and you hopefully you'll go back and watch, and from a little different perspective. When you're in the car, and I want to ask you about this too. Is like, do tempers flare? I mean, side by side running's fun from the booth. When you're in the car, you're like, get the hell out of my way. And there can be anger, there can be tempers. What do you think about all that?
Me personally, when I'm in a situation like that, I just get really, really focused, and I don't really get too pissed off. But it is a little frustrating at times when, like, if people get side by side and you're faster and you can't go anywhere, or somebody goes in there and cleans somebody out, it kind of kills the whole situation. But those guys were just racing awesome, and it was every bit of it was fun to me.
Well, George, I mean, back in Victory Lane, a short little hiatus outside of Victory Lane, we'll call it, and perhaps a little fortunate here tonight. Like I said, Lance says you picked his pocket, and maybe you did, George, but we'll take him how we can get him, and I got a feeling this will probably spur on another run. You looking forward to the next one?
Yeah, always looking forward to the next race. Honestly, I can't really. I know Darlington's Sunday, but I don't know what the next race is in this series. But I will say I definitely stole one there. Pretty proud of it. There was a lot of fun racing. I have nightmares here of Newton smoking me by about 15 seconds. So it was nice to get one.
Well, yeah, the nightmares will be subdued. You can sleep and go to your happy place. Maybe the same one Happy Gilmore has. Who knows? But anyway, congratulations, George. Man, that was one of the more thrilling races to call, and I love that you got up there and got her done, man. Big congratulations. We'll give you the mic, man. Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, I absolutely will be going back and watching it tomorrow. Can't wait. I appreciate you guys doing the broadcast, and thanks to all the sponsors at RGR, Live Church, Kylie Glass, and East Coast Web Printers, keeping us on Wind Tunnel TV. It's a pleasure racing here, and it's absolute pleasure racing Lance and Brandon, Jason, and Otto for this one. This was one to remember.
All right, Adam, that's what it's all about. George Leal down in Victory Lane. Memories created, and we know racers got long memories, usually for wrecks, but they'll never forget this one either.
Oh, yeah, he definitely did forget the last time I raced in this race.
It's
You
not
know,
about you now, Adam. Let's move past that.
yeah, I've got to give it to George. I think uh, his memory is going to be a lot more special than mine because that performance, and that's where I was leading up to, Dean. That performance was just one for the books.
And it was.
Phenomenal side by side, 3 wide. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better finish.
Yeah, I mean, whether you're in the car, in the booth, or watching, this is what the sport has always been about. And I talk about it a lot as compared to today's racing. Today's racing tries to recreate these events every 20th lap, Adam, with their cautions and their stages, and that's fine. I'm old head. I'm not here to complain about all of that. But what I remember is the rarity of races like this. And when they did happen, it made them so spectacularly special that you will literally never forget them. That's what drove the sport. That's what brought us here. And now that's what RGR is giving us. I love it. I was so entertained. I mean, Lord knows what I said. Hopefully it was okay. But man, that was fun to call, Adam.
It was, and like you just said, we're not going to forget this one. I mean, this to me was one of the best races I've seen in the RGR.
Yeah, absolute great time. Hope you enjoyed it, folks. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Adam the Bulldog Newton. That's going to wrap it up from New Hampshire, and we'll see you